Um, this is the first appearance of Skipjack Corporation. We have been in operation. Actual fact, we have been already close to 16 years, but we spin off 3 years ago, and from the past 3 years until this month, we are doing our work to develop a new system. So today is our preview of our system that we feel it will revolutionize the technology that we're going to introduce. So it's too early for me to brief more details, but I have 30 minutes here to preview what we have in our hands, that by 19 December we're going to launch worldwide. Okay, Skipjack Corporation, we are the company, actual fact, is developing the new internet technology. So we are building a new TCP/IP, and we hope in next 2 years you will see our new internet that we will call the Internet 2.0, or in other words, is ZetaNet. So you will have an option to use the current internet that owns by the Americans, who created in 1960s by ARPANET, but then by next 2 years you will use ours. Okay, we are located HQ in Dubai and UK. I'm the CEO for the Asia Pac, and I'm also involved in the design and development. So we have team of engineers and scientists worldwide. We have team working remotely, and we have not so many staff currently. We are in the operation already 1 year since we started the project for Skipjack. Okay, we are solving a problem that the world is having now. So what is the problem? I can say this is one of the cancer, one of the diabetes. We have a problem of data, the overloading data. Since the inception of internet 1960s until now, from kilobyte we have reached zettabyte. I am sure by next year 2020 we are reaching 25 zettabyte. So the 25 zettabyte is actually 10 power of 21. So we have 21 zeros. So after zettabyte, we estimate that our data is moving into yottabyte. So this is actual problem that the whole world is facing, and we have our internet based on distributed and centralized and distributed in the network. So we are creating a new network system based on our mathematical and concept that we have been developed. So what actually we are creating, we and our team have invented a new mathematical series. Actual fact, we have creating a new encryption protocol. So a new encryption protocol that you can get more details the moment we are launch the product by end of this month. So the protocols that we develop for the TCP/IP is also inclusive on the financial technology. So for this one, we are creating a new financial technology, or we call a new financial operating system. Since the date of internet was born, 1960s, we know at the same date Visa was born, and they are using a financial payment based on TCP/IP. So I can say last 60 years we already have a financial technology which is Visa. So I can say that is during a pre-internet of time. So we have seen internet of data everywhere. Everybody knows about internet of data. Now we have seen from kilobyte goes to giga, and of course right now our data is reaching at zeta. And what in the financial world we are talking about internet of value. So people in Ripple have been talk about internet of value. So, but we have a problem in terms of internet of value because not all our internet of value is interoperable. So this is what Skipjack is doing to improve the financial technology. So we are a builder of the infrastructure in the financial world, and together we are also moving into building a new internet infrastructure. So everyone is talking about software. I think we are in the period of time where everybody is talking about software. We have seen the change in the last 10 years, in the last 5 years. For example, I think everywhere people talk about financial technology. Everywhere nowadays people is talking about blockchain, one of the alternative to the financial solutions. So and from which I follow how blockchain moved from 2008 until now. I think the last 2 years it become some governments and banks start adapting and accept how the blockchain can work into the financial system in the area of technology. So people initially thought that let's disrupt the system, the banking system. I heard this a few years back, but Skipjack, we are not building a system to disrupt the technology or the system that already exists. So we are building a new infrastructure. We are not going to disrupt the existing system. We're going to build our own infrastructure that you can use. You have an alternative to use, and it will be affordable to everyone. And we can reach out to everyone. So we have 7 billion people. So what we want that this new infrastructure, it will go to everyone, which I will share you later. So as I mentioned, we are a builder. We are going to build a new infrastructure, and we are not a destroyer. But looking into the full infrastructure in the financial technology, we still looking that there is something missing. So that missing, the gap that we are going to fill up. And I think we know that the data and goods is already proven, is already synchronized, but we have money, the internet of value that I call is not synchronized. Because you can see, you have emails. You have emails, you have a provider that for example, Verizon, you have a provider, for example, here, Indosat, but you just need an email address to send a message, to write an email, to send just from address to address in regards of who is the provider. But in our financial world, we have inconsistent, or we are not interoperable each other. PayPal won't work with Visa, and PayPal maybe don't work with the blockchain. So this is we are making a new solutions that you will see later on. Okay, so basically, if you look that the technology that we have before is like during 1930s, where you have pack to unpack and you have to show your goods, because it's a pre-shipping container. Let's say we are designing, we are talking about shipping industries. Then it changed into a post container where all of the shipping, they can drop the container and they will deliver right to the place. So they will be not unpacked or to have packed so many times. So this is how we design our packet of data when we transfer the value. So looking into the World Wide Web. So this is the internet we had before. And now we have so much advanced, and everyone have internet in every smartphone. And we are moving the value of money every year in average about $2 trillion. And this is across border. And some people maybe do not realize how much we are paying. Yeah? So, but actual fact, we are paying more from what suppose we receive. So, for example, for the wealthy men in Europe, they are sending $50, means half of the money will be gone. So we know how much Western Union, how much MoneyGram is charging us. And how about if you're looking on underdeveloped countries? This is the people that underserved people. 2 billion people is still not connected to any financial institution and banks. And how much they will receive, how much they have to pay if they are sending 50 cents. So this is the actual fact we are facing the problems, especially for this kind of people. Those people will have to pay more. And now we are talking about machine to machine. Internet of Things, you are talking about smart city. You are talking about the Internet of Things. 50 billion devices will be connected in next 2 years. By year 2020, your lights can talk each other with your fridge. So that is Internet of Things. That is a data. And we know our internet data can hold right now only 1 billion data. Dark web is holding about 500 billion data. So what we are designing and what we are going to show to public, that we are going to develop an infinite series of data and a network that we can go more than 100 years, more than 1,000 years, based on our mathematical formula. Okay, as I said just now, this is a vocabulary that we have. So imagine now we are at zettabyte, 21 zeros. And how do you feel with your internet? How do you feel about your data? Are you happy with your data? So this is, imagine when 24 zeros up to 30 zeros. I think by 30 zeros, maybe it will be another 100 years, another 500 years, another, and I believe if we reach at gigabyte, is already a Star Wars movie. This is my guess. So this is where the internet, the system that we have centralized, decentralized, distributed, can they sustain? Is this system sustained to have the data that we're going to hold in future? So we are in Skipjack is trying to solve this problem. Okay, talking about the history, how our scientists found the formula. So we have studied the maths, and we know the maths, the algebra started by 7th century from one Muslim mathematician, and it was improved by Fibonacci. From algebra, algorithm, it goes to Fibonacci, but this is the gap that we never see. I think most people heard about Fibonacci, but have you seen what is the actual application? Have you seen that how can these numbers to apply in our life? So we have built and we digitized the Fibonacci. So we coded the Fibonacci, and basically we change it and we rename it, we rebrand it to Zeta series. So we name it as a Zeta series as we coded the Fibonacci into the digital world. So this is what I hope it will be our Nobel Prize for Skipjack, that we are invented the series. So this series is actual fact is going to solve all kind of our problems. Okay, so we have invented the Jack's law. We built the split protocol. We built the new algorithm. We built the digital Fibonacci or Zeta series. Now we call Zeta series. We call a Zeta network, where we are trying to reduce the problem of space, speed, and connectivity. And we know by year 2030, you need 6 times of greater size of London to put your data. So why must you need 6 times of London to put your data? So with that law, or we call the Jack's law that we have invented, we are going to solve the problems one by one into our system. And it's very simple. Fibonacci is everywhere. This is the math from the God. Everyone knows. But have you seen the secret? Why the galaxy in this formation? Why the God putting the fingerprint at Fibonacci? Why we have a golden ratio? So we have studied and we decoded and we put it into a Zeta series, and this will be a series we'll be using into our new internet, or we call ZetaNet, and even to our new financial system that we call Encrypt. So in order that we can sustain, we can run the system, I think I can say in good words, we can infinite forever until end of the world. It's very simple. If the God created the galaxy, is already in the formation of series. And we have seen as a proven series. We have seen the system that never fail. We never see that the galaxy fail. We never see our fingerprint fail. We never see a lot of the God have shown the proof. So we take these numbers and we digitize and we put into our network. It can be used into our telecommunication. It can be used into any networks. Even it can put into our philosophy in terms of controlling the society, the political and government. If it goes into the philosophy. But I think Skipjack need to have and create more educational programs for people like us to understand what actual the impact of the series into our lives. So for example, when Satoshi built the blockchain, a decentralized, when we talk about social media, a decentralized. So this is people start talking about the open government. The open government is based on decentralized. So we believe if we follow for example, I say if we follow this is the God's government, this is not decentralized, this is not a centralized, this is a series which we rebrand it as a Zeta series, and I think this will be run in a good order, in a good manner. So this is how we build the network. This will be the first implementation on 19 December this month. We are going to launch Encrypt Block worldwide. So we are expecting that the network, the computation, the financial transaction can be used by everyone. Banks, people, they can use us. So this is the system that we built for your advantages, which I will explain later. As I mentioned, we have familiar with centralized, decentralized, distributed. And this is our network. This is how we are increasing our financial transaction speed. We have, I think in our booth, we have our booth here, D10, that we have confirmed on our financial transaction, we are running for time stamping at 2 microseconds. So we are declaring this week, we are the world's fastest financial transaction above Visa, blockchain, and Ripple. And in our network, we can prove that we are having more than 1 million transactions per second. I know some blockchain hyperledger is looking into 1 million transactions per second. But on the Zeta series, we are very, very confident that even 10 million transactions per second, 50 million transactions per second, we are able to do that based on our network of network. So this is what I said, a new infrastructure that we built. So you can imagine that we are like a fiber optic from a dial-up. Maybe we are having now a dial-up system, a broadband with a dial-up. But after that, we are improved into fiber optic. We are talking about gigabytes. So this is what the infrastructure we are building. And you can see the difference of a Zeta series, that we are in rectangular nodes. If you see into a blockchain, distributed, decentralized, they are more on the triangle nodes. I think that we will explain to the public later how we achieve the speed, connectivity, which we are leapfrog from the others. Okay, I think blockchain is a good system. Everyone is talking about blockchain. Everyone likes because of a value of digital currency, a value of transaction. It makes you easy to use, and we know that you bypass some other system. But I believe there's a pro and cons, but I think everybody is happy because some of governments start talking about blockchain. So now, after 10 years blockchain in the market, everyone now started knows blockchain. Yeah, even I think my daughter, 20 months. My daughter only 20 months already have blockchain, Bitcoin. I have banks. I have my accounts bank when I was 7. Nowadays, our daughters, our son have a banks, but not the traditional banks. My daughter have Bitcoins, and even my daughter have into our new digital currencies. We also created our new digital currencies based on the system that we developed. Okay, everyone never heard the encrypt block. It's very simple. You have seen Windows, you have seen Mac OS, you have seen Linux. This is the 3 operating system that we use to write, to work every day. The 3 OS. This is the OS. And we have Android. We have iOS. So this is the 2 mobile system that we use every day. So this is the 2 operating system, which are in my words. And we have seen Visa for very, very long time. And after that, we have seen blockchain. So now, in the financial world, we have 2 operating systems, the blockchain and the Visa for the payment transaction. But now, we are bringing the new one. The new one is the encrypt block. So the encrypt block, what is the encrypt block? So the encrypt block, we are the system or the payment system that can work like your Visa, and it can work like your blockchain. We can coexist into your network. Why? Because we designed a Zeta series network to be coexist into, regardless of your decentralized, distributed, or centralized. So we are not like Samsung and Apple. We are not friends. We are friends with everyone. So we can live together in blockchain. We can live together in Visa. We can work in centralized. We can work into decentralized. So we coexist and we increase the speed. We know how our mathematical formula to increase the speed. Now we are talking about a speed. People use internet, broadband. Why? You want the speed. And we know the regulators have to change their mind. The regulators is every day is talking about law and law and law. But now we have to make it a law to coexist with the technology at a fast speed. We couldn't take a time. We believe if someone much better than us can build more and advance the technology, what will happen? We have seen Facebook become the I think Facebook messengers in US already become for money transfers. We have Apple Pay, we have Samsung. This is a new kind generation of banks. I think your children is going to use this kind of banks. They are not going to walk into Standard Chartered like my time before. I'm 43. I opened my account when I was 7. So this is how the culture that is changing. And I think even into social media, a decentralized social media that changed our life. Everybody is talking about transparency. Even the politicians said the same thing. But do we know where it came from? So this is the philosophy of the system that we are living. Are we comfortable with the system that we have? All right. So we create the financial system. At the same time, the entry block is decoded into a digital blocks, or we call currencies. Okay, I know most banks, central banks, government said they are not happy with digital currencies. Some happy, some is not. I saw CIMB sign with Ripple. They said, I like Ripple system, but I don't want to use XRP. And I said, if I'm a bank, if I'm a chairman of Citibank, I will say that, why must I use a blockchain? If I do it's good if I do a transaction, but if it take me a time stamping to clear my money, to receive the fund, 25 minutes, sorry, I'm not happy, because the currency is volatile. If I send the first second is 1 Bitcoin for $10, then in next 25 minutes it volatile to 10.1, 10.2, or let's say to 11 or 9. So I will feel the gain or the loss. So this is, I think, most based on our observation that is a system that is good, but some approach is not practical. So what we are building, that digital codes, the money that we send, or Internet of Value, if we run 2 microseconds, so we have confirmed, you can check with my engineers there, we are running at 2 microseconds. From Manila into Jakarta, we tested 2 microseconds. Fastest than everyone. So if 2 microseconds before your Forex is moving in another second, the value, you have received the value. So I'm not worried to send the money using a digital currency. It's fast. It's fast. The value that I send, no change. Very, very small percentage of change. All right. So what is the technology behind? So we are creating a system that, with an encryption technology, a skipjack protocol works like Diffie-Hellman. You know Diffie-Hellman? Who created the protocols for our encryption in the internet? I can say, who is the father of encryption? Julius Caesar is the guy who's developed the encryption. We are talking about cryptocurrencies. Do you know how cryptocurrencies derive from cryptography? I think the cryptography is we are talking cryptography since the Pharaoh time. You use the hash SHA 256. It's only cryptography. It's no encryption. There's no encryption in blockchain. It's only cryptography. It's a compare. You put a password in hash and you compare with your servers, like Facebook servers. But how you protect, as I know, there is no key exchange algorithm. Yeah. So in our architecture, we are putting same like your internets now, the HTTPS and many more. You have the key exchange algorithm. So the key exchange algorithm, it cannot be break. It needs to break 400 billion years by normal computer, $1 billion supercomputer for 30 years, 40 years. By the time we start break, the next day we are knows you. Okay, this is how we secured your value. If you transact with us with your money, I can more than 1000% be assured that your money will not go everywhere. So this is the of the Ripple network at seconds on validation, not a transaction time. Okay, this is how the evolve of our financial technology and the payment networks. This is what we have: banks, blockchain, mobile money, online wallets is not interoperability. Okay, so we are changing that system. So we can coexist, we change to make the entry block to work each other, and we are building network of networks, like your galaxy and galaxy, how they coexist together. So we have so many galaxies. So there is a God network of networks. So we build another computer network of network. So in future, I think that all the telecommunication companies can come and use us. I hope. All right. So we build a system for everyone. So we want you comfortable with our system, speed, and low cost. Yeah. All right. This is what I explained. This is our system that we have. So we are going to cut the middleman. I think maybe my statement that JP Morgan will not happy. They are the biggest correspondence bank, $50 trillion in asset and value. But I think with the Angry Block, we cut the process. We send the money 2 microseconds, and we are happy to charge you 0.1% or 0.01%. We are still happy. We are still making money. We are making money, and we believe we can do that. Western Union 10%, banks 8%, maybe blockchain at X%. I'm offering 0.1% for nominal of whatever small nominal. And if you run at $100 million, we can offer you 0.01% transaction. So basically, if I move $300 million today, you just pay me $3, enough. And we know that 100 billion transaction per year is $1 trillion. We know the circulation of dollars is $33 trillion in the market now. So we have other ways how to make our own profit. Okay, this is networks that we are not talking each other. And Lisa said they are doing for everyone. In actual fact, they just serve only 15% in the planet. Okay? And I think another development that we are making now, the Angry Block will work like a Visa in terms of that we don't use your card. So we use the phone, these phones. These are our cards. We don't use Visa. So I use this phone to send money, use the Angry Block and charge me 0.1%, 2 microseconds. Even I pay my goods, click to any merchants, then 2 microseconds clear. Alright, so there's no floating, there's no other ways that to pre-fund from Visa or goes to merchant. So this is a new landscape that we are building. By next year, we will see that the system is moving. I hope it will be growing. And as I said, we are actually like an email. So you have used email. So Angry Block is like your email. So we need from wallet to wallet. We can move. Alright, so any ledgers, either Ripple ledgers, ILP ledgers, Ethereum ledgers, any ledgers, HSBC core ledgers can coexist together. We are welcome to work with any banks. So for the consumers, you can send users to make it fast transaction. Alright, so this is the network. This is the network, the new internet that you will see in next 2 years. Okay, what is the internet? So this is the internet that we have. So you have the IP, you have the network, internet protocol, you have the TCP, IP, SSL, so many things, and you have the application and the HTTPS. And then you have us. This is our system. We are building the application layer, and the application layer that we build can work with your blockchain, can work with any Visa, any system. And our transport protocol, we name it TCP, SP, FCN, or we call Super Angry Block. We have other layers that we are creating, and we are having FCN layers. No human intervention. It's fully computer controlled. And so far, we are already reaching 100,000 nodes to current dates. We are still small. And how are we going to change? We are going to coexist into whatever system that we build. Okay? So this is the math. All right. So at the end, we know that with the infrastructure we built, with the internet, if you see how the speed of internet is moving from kilo to giga, we built more unicorns. The e-commerce can run very good, and we created a lot of giants because of the data moving, because of the internet of data creating Alibaba, Amazon, even your unicorns here, e-commerce. But imagine if we move the internet of value, so we are going to create more unicorns. If we create a new financial system, I think if the banks is not using us, I think small startup, peer-to-peer lending or whatever crowdfunding or whatever needs payment system, they can come to us because we charge you very, very low. And then we can deliver you at fast speed. So this is what the change that we're going to build. At the end, we can see this is the way how we're going to accelerate the financial technology. So it will born millions and millions startups if we use the system. Time will tell. Okay, so this is what the economic factors, and we are driving not a blockchain economy, we name it a Zeta economy. Alright, and this is what we hope it will be drive the economy, will drive everything what we have now. Thank you.